Good day, student. Sorry. I hope everybody is doing great. Today, our strength is algebra. Our substrength is variables and equations. Under the variables and equation, we are going to talk about how to use equation to solve puzzles and other problems. Our lesson has been taken from the curriculum of the BS6, strand number 2, substrand 3, content standard 1, indicator 1. The same lesson has also been taken from strand number 2, substrand 3, content standard 1, and indicator 1. Let's proceed. How to use equation to solve a given problem. When you talk about equation, it's a mathematical sentence or phrases with numbers and alphanumeric, which involves an equal sign. Example, 2a plus 6 equal to 12. With this example, we have the alphanumeric and numbers. And again, there's an equal sign within this sentence. When you talk about alphanumeric, it's a combination of alphabets, that is letters, and numbers put together. Example, 2y, 1a, negative 6m, etc. These are the alphanumeric. That is alphabet and numbers being put together. When you talk about the coefficients, coefficient is a number attached to the letter or alphabet. Example, coefficient of 2y is 2. The coefficient of every single letter or alphabet is 1. Example, coefficient of m is 1. Every single letter, the coefficient is 1. Coefficient is always the number attached to the letter. How to solve an equation. How to use equation to solve a problem. One, the first thing you have to do is what you identify the two groups of numbers in the equations, and you group letters by maintaining alphanumeric on one side of the equal sign and the numbers on other side of the equal sign. Remember, you said equations involve numbers and alphanumeric, which involves an equal sign. So with this mathematical sentence, when you have the equation, you first identify the two groups of numbers, or what is in the sentence, the alphanumeric and then the numbers. You make sure that you group the numbers on one side of equal sign and the other numbers on the other side of the equal sign. Let's see how to group like terms. Grouping of like terms. When grouping like terms and there's an alphanumeric and a positive number on one side of the equal sign, then you subtract the number from both sides of the equal sign. And when you are grouping like terms and there is an alphanumeric and a negative number on one side of equal sign, then you add the number to both sides of the equal sign. Finally, when you divide both sides by the number attached to the letter you wanted to find, so that the letter will be free. So when you are grouping like terms and you find out that alphanumeric and a number being grouped on one side, so you have to eradicate the number from where the alphanumeric is located. So if that number is a positive, Then you subtract the number from both sides so that you maintain the alphanumeric on one side and the other side will be the numbers. Again, when you're grouping like terms and you find out that the alphanumeric and the negative number is on one side of the equal sign, then you have to maintain the alphanumeric on one side and the numbers on the other side. So in order to move the number from where the alphanumeric is located, then if it is a negative, then you add the numbers to both sides so that the one with the alphanumeric will be 0, and then you maintain the alphanumeric, and therefore you divide both sides by the number attached to the letter to find the variable. Okay, let's quickly solve one more example. Okay, good. Example 1. Write down the equation for the picture shown below. Use any variable to represent the unknown number and then solve. Okay, good. So back in the days, when you people were in KG or class 1, you were doing this one here. You were solving them by using the method called the guessing. You guess for the answer and then you write. Now we are going to use equation to solve the same problem, okay? But this time the unknown place where there's nothing over there, you use any variable to represent that, and then you write the equation and you group item and solve. So without waste my time, let's solve the first one. The pictures here shows there's a number of triangles in the box here, and then the next one is empty, which means there's a number of triangles in the first box. When you add it to the next one, you get a total number of triangles in the third box. So before you can translate this one into what equation, you need to write the numbers and then use unknown to represent the empty box, and then choose a letter to represent the unknown, and then you write down the equation. So let's quickly solve this one here. Now, the first one here, you underline the number here is what? 5. Okay. Plus unknown. Okay. Is unknown equal to the number here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. That is 8. Okay. Good. Now we have 5 plus unknown here will give you 8. But when you are using guessing method, it will be easy for you to determine the answer here. But because you are going to use the equation, let's choose a variable to represent the unknown here. So you write let's unknown unknown equal to any equal to any alphabet or any variable that you want. So let me choose letter K. Okay, good. So I will replace the letter K in case of where I have written the unknown. Therefore, the equation will be 5 plus the K, which is the coefficient of the K, will be 1K equal to 8. Good. Now, because I need to group like terms, we have a number here and the alphanumeric on one side, and there's a number here. So because you cannot add the alphanumeric and the number together, therefore you have to maintain the alphanumeric and then move these numbers out. Okay, so you move these numbers out, or you eradicate this number, or you make it 0, so that this area here will be the alphanumeric arena, and here will be the numbers. But because this number here is a positive, like what I was talking about when you are grouping like because this number is a positive, you need to subtract 5 from both sides, so that this 5 here will vanish from that end. Okay, so here you write group like terms by subtracting 5 from both sides. Okay. Now, once you have written group like terms by subtracting 5 from both sides, so that the alphanumeric alone here will stand there, or will maintain that side, and then the other side will be the numbers. Therefore, you have to subtract the 5 as you have written here. So 5 minus 5 plus 1K equal to 8. And this side too must also be subtracted the 5 from that end. Okay, good. Now, once you have done this 5 here, we'll take care of this 5. Okay, good. And then you solve for this side. Good. Now, the next one is 1K. 1K So when you subtract the 5 from 8, the answer is 3 here. Okay, good. But because you want to find letter K, not 1K, so you divide both sides here. You divide both sides by the number attached to the letter K, and that number is 1, and here is 1. So this one here will take care of this one. Therefore, K will stand alone, or K will be free, and K is 3 over 1. and 3/1 is the same as 3 here. Good. Now let's come to the question 2. Before question 2, which means that 3 plus 5 will give you 8. When you put the 3 here and you add a 5 to it, your answer here will be 8. So the empty box will be the 3 triangles. Then you write okay, and that will be the final answer. The question 2 here. Therefore, here plus this will give you this. Okay, good. Now you write you count the number of circles here. Let us assume these are the circles. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 circles here. Good. Now this is 4 circles. We have the 4 circles here, and then here is 3, and then here is unknown. Good. Here is unknown because we don't know, so that place is unknown. Then you underline. Okay, good. Now let's choose a letter to represent the unknown. Okay, so let's unknown equal to any letter that you want. Letter Y. Okay, good. Therefore, our equation, you write the equation for that. Once we have used Y to represent the unknown here, then our new equation here will be 4 plus 3 is equal to 1Y. Because of the coefficient of every single letter is 1, that is why we attach this. Now you group item, and it seems it has been grouped already because we have all the numbers on one side and the alphanumeric on the other side. So you add this, you get 7 is equal to 1Y here. Okay, because you want to find the Y, not 1Y, divide both sides by the number attached to the letter, which is 1. This one will take care of that, and therefore Y is equal to 7/1, which is the same as 7. Okay, so 3 plus what? 4 will give you 7. So here the circle here is supposed to be 7. Okay, so this is how to use the equation to solve for this problem. Okay, good. I said back in the days we were using guessing methods, so now we use the equation to solve the problem. Okay, good. Now let's deal with the next example. Represent the following in pictures. Write the equation using variables to represent the unknown and solve. Good. So the question is, the sum of two numbers is 15. The sum of two numbers is 15. The sum of two numbers is 15. And this is the two numbers is 15. If one of the number is 6, if one of the numbers that we are talking about here is 6, what is the other number? So also can numbers mean 15. Na say baako number baako a oka bomu 15, so baako is 6. The other number no be same. So without waste my time, use the pictures to demonstrate your answers. So let's quickly solve this. So now we have this, this, and this. Okay, good. So the sum of two numbers will give you 15. And he has given us one number here. So let's assume here is 15. So 15 circles. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. And here is 6. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, good. So which means that you translate this one. So here is 6 plus, and this side will be unknown. Okay. Good. Then equal to 6. Here is 15. Okay. Good. This is how the picture shows here. So you translate what is in the pictures in figures. And now we have the 6 plus unknown here. We don't know anything. So 6 plus a certain number here will give you 15. Now let's choose any variables to represent the unknown here. Okay, so let unknown equal to A. Okay, good. Now you write the equation. Our equation will be 6 plus 1A equal to 15. Okay, good. Then because you need to group like terms here, because we have the numbers and alphanumeric on one side of equal sign and a number on the other side. And there's no way you can add the numbers and alphanumeric. So you have to maintain the alphanumeric so that you subtract 6 from both sides. Okay. So here you group like term, you group like terms by subtracting 6 from both sides. Okay, good. So we are going to subtract 6 from both sides. Therefore, our equation will be 6 minus 6 plus 1A equal to 15. Okay, good. This 6 will cancel this 6 because a depth of 6 and a cache of 6 will cancel to get 0. Okay, so you have vanished the 6 from that end. And then here remains 1A. So I need to subtract the 6 from the other side too. And this one will be 6 here. Okay, good. Now we have 1A here. And then you solve this side. Okay. Then when you subtract the 6 from 15, when you subtract the 6 from 15, you get 9. Okay, good. So here 1a equal to 9. Now to find the a is attached by 1, so you have to divide both sides here by 1 so that the a will be free. Now a is equal to 9 over 1, and 9 over 1 is the same as 9. Okay, good. Now let's deal with the other one here. The question 2, a box contained 20 mangoes. 7 mangoes were given to Amma from the box. How many mangoes are left in the box? So when you are asked to use guessing method, it will be easy for you to do, but because you are not going to use guess and you guess for the answer, then you must also think of using the equation to solve this one. But before then, you have to demonstrate them in a pictures way or the pictorial, how to illustrate this one using pictures first to develop the understanding of the contents of this question, and then you use the equation to solve. Okay, now without wasting my time, let's make our box ready to contain the mangoes. Good. Now I have the 3 box here. Okay, good. Now the box contain 20 mangoes. So let me quickly draw my 20 mangoes here. Okay. So the 20 mangoes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 20, right? 5, 4, 20. Then we'll say a box containing 20 mangoes. I have my 20 mangoes in a box here. 7 were given. So it means we took 7 from the box. So minus of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 7 were given to Amma. How many mangoes are left in the box? So we don't know, okay? So let's use unknown to represent our answer so that we can easily write the equation. So without waste my time, we have the 20 here. We translate this one into figures. We have our 20 minus 7 equal to then unknown, okay? Then we choose a letter to represent the unknown, okay? Let's unknown equal to letter M, okay? Letter M here. Then let us write our equation. So our equation will be 20 minus 7 equal to the coefficient of M will be 1M, okay? Good. Then here you group like 10, but since it has been grouped already, 20 and the 7 are numbers, so you can add them. So the numbers are on one side and alphanumeric on the other side. Okay, so when you compute the numbers, we have the 20 minus 7, that will be 13, equal to 1m. Okay, to find the m is attached by 1, so you have to divide both sides here by 1, so that this one will take care of this one. Now m is free, which is equal to 13 over 1, and that is 13. Okay, good. That is 13, which means that the mangoes left in the box is 13. When you took 7 from 20, and then the remaining mangoes that left is 13 here. Good. Now let's deal with the other ones here. Represent the following in pictures. Write the equations using variables to represent the unknown and solve. Ya had 11 bags. She receives 7 more bags as gifts from friends. How many bags did she receive or have in total? So initially, yeah, already had 11 bags, and friends also added 7, received 7 more. Okay, 7 more. The friends added 7 to the bags that he possessed, and then he's asking how many bags after the friends have added the 7 to the 11 bags that he was having already. So how many bags? So we are going to use a box to demonstrate our answers here. So without wasting my time, he said we should use pictures to develop the understanding before you write the equation. So let me have my 3 boxes here. Okay. Now this time I'll use triangles to represent the box. Okay, good. Now let me draw, say, yeah, had 11 bags. So let me draw the bags for 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. She received 7 more, which means to be plus. Okay. 7 more bags. So good. And then the question is asking the total because we don't know. So let's quickly translate what you have been written here in figures. Now we have 11 plus 7 equal to unknown. Okay, good. Unknown. Now let's choose the a letter to represent the unknown. So let's unknown equal to any letter that you want. Letter P. Okay, good. Now you write the equation. So this time you will not write unknown, you're going to write letter P, okay, to represent the unknown. Now our equation will be 11 plus 7 equal to 1P, okay, because the coefficient of P is 1. Then you group lighten, but you make sure the alphanumeric are one side and then the numbers are on the other side of the equal sign. And looking at this sentence here, we have there's 11 and 7 being one side of the equal sign, which means that it has been grouped already, okay? And then the alphanumeric also happy to be on the other side. So here you can add 11 and 7 without any problem. So it has been grouped. Therefore, you perform the actions over there. So the 11 plus 7 will give you what? 18, okay, which is equal to 1P. To find the P is attached by 1. So divide both sides because of the equals, and what you do here must be done to the other side. So divide both sides by the 1 so that this one will take care of this one here. Now P is free now, which is equal to 18 over 1, and 18 over 1 is what? 18, okay? Good. Now, let's solve the other one here. The 2 times a number is added to 4, and the result is 20. 2 times a certain number here is added to 4, okay? Good. So let's quickly draw our box to illustrate our answers here. Now we have the gray box, okay? Now with this 3 box, the question says 2 times a number, okay? So 2 times a number, let me write it 2 here, times a number in the box here, plus the plus with it, plus 4, or times a number is added to 4, so plus 4. So let me use any circle to represent that, okay? Any shape to represent the 4. So here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Plus 4. The result is 20. The result is 20, which means that 2 times a certain number here plus 4 will give you 20. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so it's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it's 20. Good. Now let's translate this one into numbers. We have the 2 times some number B we don't know. Okay, so 2 times a certain number that we don't know. So here will be the unknown. We don't know. Okay. Plus 4 equal to 20. Okay. Good. So let's choose a letter to represent the unknown. Let's unknown equal to letter T. Okay. Good. Good. So our equation will be the 2 times T. Okay. Plus 4 equal to 20. Good. 2 times unknown. Now unknown is T. So 2 times T plus 4 will give you 20. The meaning of the equation is that there's a certain number when you multiply by the 2 and you added a 4 to it, the answer is supposed to be 20. Now 2 times T alone here. Okay. 2 times T alone is 2T plus 4 is equal to 20. Okay. Now you need to group like terms. You maintain the alphanumeric on one side and a number on the other side. But you can't add a number and alphanumeric here. This is alphanumeric and this is a number here. So the only thing you have to do is what? You maintain the alphanumeric because we have a number already here. And then move this 4 from this area, okay? In order to move or vanish this 4, because it's a positive 4, you need to subtract 4 from both sides because of the equal sign. What you added or what you subtracted from here must be repeated to the other side because of the equal sign. Okay, good. So you group like terms by subtracting 4 from both sides. Okay, good. So this time you group like term by subtracting 4 from both sides. Now the new equation will be, so we are going to solve, so 2T plus 4 minus 4 from this side alone. And then the other side will also be 20 minus 4 because you are subtracting 4 from both sides. Okay, good. This positive 4 will cancel this negative 4. Okay, now to perform the actions of this one. Now 20 minus 4, they are all numbers, so you can subtract. Okay, now we have 2T remaining here equal to, now here is empty, here is 0, so don't waste time to write 0. Okay, equal to 16. Now, as usual, if you want to find the letter always divide both sides by the number attached to the letter. Now, 2 is the number attached to the letter, so we divide both sides because of the equals, and what you do here must be repeated to this side. So we are dividing this side by 2, so this side 2 must also be divided by 2. Then these 2 cancel these 2 so that the t will be free. Okay, now the 2 can also cancel 16 because previously the 1 can never cancel any number, so the 3 here 2 can cancel 16, so 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 8. Okay, 2 goes here 8. Therefore the t is equal to 8 over 1, and 8 over 1 is the same as 8. Okay, so which means that the 2 times unknown here plus 4 will give you what? 20, means 2 times 8 plus 4 will give you 20. When you do the substitution, it means 2 times 8 will give you what? 16 plus 4 will be equal to 20. Good. Now let's solve this one. Represent the following pictures. Write the equation using variable to represent the unknown and solve. The product of two numbers. The product of two numbers is 15 if one of the numbers is 5. What is the other number? The product means multiplication. So it means when you multiply two numbers, the answer is supposed to be 15. But the number that you are supposed to multiply, one is 5. What is the other number that you multiply by the 5 that will get 15? So let's quickly solve this one here. The product of two numbers. So now you have our box. Draw our box here. Okay. Good. Now, say the product of two numbers. So product, you no waste time. So the product is multiplication, okay, of two numbers, but one is what? 5. So let me use so here is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is unknown, okay, times. So there are two numbers that we are multiplying. So times here will give you 15. So you don't know the other one. So here will be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. Okay, good. Now with this, you translate them. So here is 5 times, here is unknown, okay? You don't know, unknown here. Equal to equal to 15, okay? Good. Now let any variables to represent the unknown. So let's unknown equal to y. Okay, y. Then you write y. Good. 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 Now let's write the equation. So you should write down the equation. So the equation here will be 5 times the coefficient of y will be 1y equal to 15. Okay, good. Now 5 times 1y will be 5y. Okay, 5y equal to 15. With this, we have group letters already because the 5y is alpha numeric being one side of equal sign and then the number being. So in order to find the y, you divide both sides, okay, because of the equal sign. So if you want to find the y, make the y stand alone, the y is attached by a certain number. So you have to remove that number from the y. Therefore, any number attached to a letter, if you want to remove, we use the divisions to remove that, okay? So here, we divide both sides here by 5 and this side too by 5 because of the equal sign. Now, this 5 will take care of this 5. Now, y is free. Y is equal to, now 15 and 5, you can cancel, right? 5 goes here, 1. 5 goes here, 3. Okay. Which means that the y is 3 over 1. And the final answer is what? 3. So when you do the substitution, which means the two numbers, when you multiply that, you get 15. The product of two numbers are the 5 and 3, because 5 times 3 will give you 15. Okay, good. Now, a certain number here plus 8 is thrice the second number. Okay, good. So let me demonstrate my answers here. So you draw your shapes nicely. Good. Good. I have a certain number plus 8. The result is thrice the second number. Okay, good. Now certain number plus 8. The results here is thrice. Thrice means 3 times. Okay, 3 times the second number. And here, let's assume that this number happened here to be the first number. Okay, the certain number will be the first number, and then plus 8. The 8 will be the second number here. Okay, will be the second number. Second, good. So now 3 times the second number. Okay, 3 times the second number here. The second number. So 3 times the second number. Now let's quickly use the shapes. So the first, a certain number that we don't know, okay? But the second number is 8, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, okay? And you say 3 times the what? The second number. The second number is already 8, so here will be 3 times 8. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then you translate them into. So the first one here plus 8 equal to 3 times 8. Okay. Good. The first one we don't know, so you write unknown. So here is unknown. So here is unknown. Okay. Good. Now, once we know the first number is a certain number that we don't know, plus 8 happen to be the second number, and the answer is 3 times of the second number. So if the second number is 8, 3 times 8, okay, good. Now let's choose a letter or variable for unknown. Let's unknown be x, okay, be x. So now we are going to use the x to represent the unknown, okay? Good. Now, so we have 1x, which is the certain number here, plus 8 is equal to 3 times 8, and 3 times 8 is what? 24, right? It's 24, okay? Good. So when you reach here, we could see clearly that on the other side of equal sign, we have a number, and alphanumeric. You cannot add a number and alphanumeric, but the other side of the equal sign, we have a number here. So which means I have to vanish this number from this end, okay, so that you group proper items. The alphanumeric will remain on one side of equal sign, and the numbers also be on the other side of equal sign. So here, because the 8 is a positive in the area of alphanumeric, you have to subtract the 8 from both sides so that the 8 here will vanish, okay? Good. So you subgroup like terms by subtracting 8 from both sides, okay? Good. Now, so we have 1x here plus 8 minus 8 equal to the other side will also be 24 minus 8, okay? Good. Now, this positive 8 will cancel this negative 8. So we have So we have 1. Let me write it for. So you have 1x equal to, when you subtract the 8 from 24, we get what 16. Okay, the 16 here. So in order to find the x, you need to always divide both sides by the number attached to the letter. You need to divide both sides here by the number attached to the letter, which is 1, and here this side 1, so that this one will take off this one. Now x is free, which is equal to 16 over 1, and 16 divided by 1 is the same as 16. Okay, good. The same as 16. Now let's solve this one. Represent the following in pictures. Kofi thinks of a number. Kofi was thinking of a certain number here and multiply it by 6. Okay, the result is 30. The result is 30. So let's demonstrate our boxes here. So we have, write your solution. Solution prompt. So we have boxes. This first box represents the number that Kofi was thinking of, and then he multiplied that number by 6. So this box will also represent the 6, and then the result is what, 30. Okay, good. So the number that Kofi was thinking of multiplied by the 6 that will be in the box, and the answer is what, 30. So let's quickly demonstrate or put some of the shapes here. So the number that Kofi was thinking of, we don't know, okay? But after thinking of, you multiply by 6, so you have 6 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer is 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, good. So here times 6 here is equal to 30. Okay, good. So this side is unknown. We don't know. So a number that Kofi was thinking of, we don't know. So we write unknown here to represent the empty box. So you choose a letter to represent the unknown. So let's unknown equal to y. Okay, good. Good. Now our equation will be 1y times 6 equal to 30. Which means that there's a certain number times 6 will give you 30. So here 1y times 6 will be 6y. Okay, equal to 30. Good. To find y, divide both sides here by 6. Here by 6. Now, this 6 will cancel this 6. Now, y is free, which is equal to, then this 6 goes here 1, 6 goes here 5. 6 can cancel 35 times. Now your final answer is 5 over 1, and that is 5. Okay, good. Nipa 1, Charlie 5, the same as 5. So which means a certain number that Kofi was thinking of is 5, and then you multiply it by 6, and then you get what? 30. So 5 times 6 give what? 30. Good. 1/3 of a certain number plus 6 is equal to 24. 1/3 of a certain number plus 6. The result is 24. So let me quickly draw my boxes. So I have good. Now it says 1/3. 1/3 means 1/3 of a certain number we don't know. So 1/3 of 1/3 of 1/3 times a certain number here plus 6 will give you what? 24. So we have a certain number we don't know, and then here will be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The answer is supposed to be 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so that is 24. So you translate them into, so here is unknown. Okay, we have unknown here. So 1/3 times unknown. Unknown good. So 1/3 times unknown plus 6 equal to 24. Okay, good. Now you choose a letter to represent unknown. So let's unknown be, or let unknown equal to b. Okay, good. So the equation will be 1/3 times b, or times b plus 6 equal to what's 24. Okay, good. So you solve this side alone. Every whole number is over 1. Okay, so here is over 1. B is b over 1 decimal b. Okay, now when you solve here alone is 1b over 3, because multiplication means multiply the numerator. So 1 times b is 1b, and here 3 times 1, the denominators are 3 and 1, so 3 times 1 is 3 plus 6, okay, equal to what? 24, equal to 24. Okay, good. Then you group like terms because we have the alphanumeric here and a number here. You cannot add the alphanumeric and numbers, but you have a number on this side. So you have to move this one from the alphanumeric area. So then you group like terms by subtracting 6 from both sides, okay? From both sides. So now our equation will be 1b over 3 plus 6 minus 6 equal to 24 minus 6. Okay. Therefore, this one will take care of this. Okay. Now we subtract 6 from 24. So our new equation will be 1b. Let me use is 1b over 3. That's alphanumeric equal to, when you perform the actions here, 24 minus 6 is 18. Okay. Then every whole number is over 1. When you reach here, you do your cross multiplication. Okay. Your cross multiplication here, which means that the 1b here will be used to multiply the 1, which will be equal to 3 times what? 18. Okay, good. Then you multiply 1b by times 1. So here will be 1b. 1b times 1 is still be 1b equal to 54. When you multiply 3 by 18, you get 54. Okay. To find the 1b, divide both sides by 1 here. This one will take care of this one. Now b is free. So b is equal to 54 over 1, which is the same as 54. So you are done, which means that 1/3 of a certain number, let's say 54, which means now the 6 can will be 24. So 1/3 of 54 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. Good. Now let's use equation to solve the following puzzle. Okay, we have the puzzles here. You need to solve this puzzle, and then once you know the equation, we solve this. So the first thing you have to do is what? We label the equations. So here will be the first equation. It will be the first equation. Your first equation. The second. Okay. the third, and the fourth. Okay, the fourth equation. Now we have 4 equations to solve. Now let's understand the puzzle. A plus A equal to 30. When you are using the guessing, it will be easy for you to tell me that the A is this. Okay. Then when you get the answer, therefore the A plus B will give you 20. Then when you get the answer for the B, you put the B into the third equation, and B plus C will also give you 9. When you get the 9, when you get the answer for the C, then use it to solve. What is the meaning of A, B, and C? Then you solve for that. So first thing you have to do is that you write the first equation, you write your solution. Let me write my solution for the last. Okay. You write your solution here. So we are going to solve the first equation. So you write first equation. First equation. Okay. You write first equation. Let us know the equation that you are solving. You need to solve the first one because without the first, you can't solve the second in that order. So you solve the first equation. The first equation is A, that is A plus A plus A will give you what? 30. Okay. The coefficient of A is 1, 1, 1. So 1A plus 1A plus 1A will give us 3A, okay? Which is equal to what? 30, okay? Because it has been grouped already. We have the alphanumeric here and the number here. So within the alpha, we have the 3A equal to what? 30. To find the A, divide both sides by the number attached to the letter, which is 3 here, and which is 3 also here. Okay, so this 3 will take out this 3, therefore A will be free. Now A is equal to, then I think 3 can also cancel 30. So 3 goes here 1, 3 goes into 30, 10. Okay, good. Now A is 10 over 1, which is the same as 10. Okay, good. So A is 10, which means when you put 10, 10 plus 10 plus 10 will give you 30. Okay, you have done with the first equation. Then we solve the second equation. Let me write the second equation. The second equation. The second equation. Then let's solve. See, A plus B plus B, okay, will give us what? 20. Now, we know the A to be 10, but B we don't know, so we will do the substitution. So you write something small. Put A equal to 10, okay, into the first, into the second equation, rather, the second equation. So we are going to put A equal to 10 into the second equation and solve for the B, okay? Good. So once you know the A, you have to put A into the equation. So our equation will be 10 plus the B, the coefficient of B here will be 1 here. So 10 plus 2B, okay, when you add it, B plus B will give you what? 2B. And then here is the answer. Okay. Here you need to group like terms. Okay. So grouping like term means you have to make sure the alphanumeric will be on one side and the numbers will also be on the other side. But looking at this side, we have the numbers and alphanumeric being mixed here. But there's a number on the other side here, which means you cannot add this number and alphanumeric. So we have to eradicate this number from this end. And then to do so, you need to subtract 10 from both sides because of the equal sign. When you subtract something from one side, you need to do the same thing to the other side. So you write something small here. So group like 10 by subtracting 10. Subtracting 10 from both sides. Okay, good. So the equation will be 10, because it's a positive, that is why we are subtracting, minus 10 plus 2B equal to 20 equal to 20 minus 10. Okay. Now, this positive 10 will cancel this negative 10. Then the equation will be 2B equal to 20 minus 10 is 10. Okay. When you solve this side. Okay. Now, to find the B, divide both sides by the number attached to the B, which is 2. Good. So these 2 will cancel these 2 so that the B will free. When you come to this side, 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 5. Okay. Good. Therefore, B is equal to 5 over 1, and that is B is 5. Okay. Now you are finding the B. So we can solve for the third equation. So you solve for the third equation. You write on top third equation. Okay. Write the third equation. And what is third equation? Third equation states what? Is B plus C plus C equal to 9. Okay. Good. B, so let's write the coefficients here. 1B, 1C, 1C. Okay. So let me write this one. 1C, 1C. Okay. Now we know the B. We know the B is now 5. Okay. So you have to do the substitution. So you write something here. So you put B equal to 5 into third equation. Okay. B equal to 5 into third equation here. Okay, good. Then which means that we are going to use 5 to replace the B. Once we know the B, so let's solve it. Now we have the 5 plus, then the 2C. Okay, 1C plus 1C will give you 2C. That is 2C equal to Okay, go to 9. To find the 2C, you need to group like it because here is a number and alphanumeric, and there's a number here. So this side must be alphanumeric because once we have the numbers alone here, you have to vanish this 5 from the alphanumeric area by grouping like 10 by subtracting 5. Subtract 5 from both sides. Okay, good. Now the equation will also be 5 minus 5 plus 2C. We have done with one side, and then 9 minus 5. Okay. This positive 5 will take out this negative 5, and then you solve for this side. Okay. Now we have 2C being alone on one side equal to, when you subtract the 5 from 9, you get 4. Okay. To find 2C, divide both sides by 2. So here is 2 and here is 2. So these 2 will take out these 2 so that the C will be free. Now we have C equal to, then I think 2 can take care of the 4 2 times, and now C is 2 over 1, and the answer is 2. Okay. Now we have found all the ABC. Now to find the equation 4, the equation 4 simply asks for the summation of the ABC. So here the equation 4. That will be the fourth equation. That will be the fourth equation. Okay. So that will be the fourth equation here. And the fourth equation also says what? The summation of A plus B plus C will give you what? That is a question mark. Okay, good. Now, because we know the A, B, C, we can also write something here. Put A equal to 10, B equal to 5, and C equal to 2 into 4th equation. Into 4th equation. Okay, so you are going to do that, and then, which means our final answer here will be should be that A is 10 plus the B is 5 plus, write the 5 for is 5 plus the C is 2. Okay, and the final answer will be 5. 10 plus 5, 15 plus 2, 17. Okay, so that is the 17. Good. So that is how we solve the puzzles questions here. We have the puzzle question You can find these questions or these type questions in graphics in any other books. Okay. Thanks for watching. Always try and use equation method to solve problems. Okay. Good. Thank you for watching. Bye.